Alright guys, welcome back to another video. What are we talking about today? Oh, we're finally talking about Night of Misfits. The show that I've told you about all the time. I thought I'd finally give down a full explanation what the show is about. Well, somewhat, not like without spoilers or anything, but along with all the episodes that are going to be here and give a little description of what each of them are about and such. So, this shouldn't take too long. But if you're wondering how far I am into the production, I've entered the halfway point technically. The 13th episode is just done and edited and filmed and scheduled. That means I have the second half to record throughout the month of August, which I think by now it should all already be done. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it should all be done by the time you're seeing this video, or like I'm almost done with the final episode or episode 18. We'll explain that later on. But yes, this is the explanation. So what is this show about? Well, it's a semi-soft reboot of the original Gmod series I made back in 2021, which ended in early 2025, or actually will end tomorrow, which you'll see later. Because it was just something I thought I'd do because I first got into Gmod. I first got the app, so I thought, X-Men did it, might as well I do it. And it led to this weird 10-season weird series where it's Freddy and friends going through amazing adventures and all that. And it kind of went backhanded because life got so busy for me. But even then, I knew I was always going to end the show this year. Like, I always was going to end this show this year. It just got ended a little bit earlier than it would have been, but that was always the plan. Like, I was always gonna end the show at season 12, which would have released like some point like September, end of September or something. But of course, I backhanded, and it still led. But still, while I was doing that, I was thinking about rebooting the show, or like more of a sequel type show type thing, which is this Night of Misfits. And honestly, I am very proud of what I've done so far. But it's a season 1 called The Ghastly Council. You will kind of see what it is just by the episode titles, what that means. And we're going to talk about all the episodes. And there's 23 of them. As you can see, they're scheduled kind of like the Arrowverse. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to make some type of show that was similar to the Arrowverse. Bring back those the old days of television and such. And yeah, that's what this Gmod series is for. It's going to send me what to do that. I mean, I'll let you know, these episodes are longer than most shows, they're not like 20 minutes or something. I will say they're all over 35 minutes, I can say that. Like, they don't go below 35 minutes. And so far, they haven't gone over an hour. I feel like the only episode I would really want to be an hour long would be the final episode, which would make a lot of sense. So, they're not too long, but they're also not too short. It's like a good balance, in my opinion, so yeah, let's start off with each of the episodes, starting with Pilot. That's pretty simple enough. We'll start off with Freddy Fazbear, who will always be the main character, and he'll meet pretty much his new team, which are, I'll confirm right now, himself, Spider-Man, Shadow, Lefty, and Bendy. That's kind of why it's called Night of Misfits. It's a team that you wouldn't, it's members that you wouldn't expect to team up, which is why it's called Night of Misfits, I guess. Like a misfit team in that way. And yeah, that's just all I'll say. Honor Thigh animatronic. I guess it's a reference to the second episode Arrow, which was called Honor Thy Father, where Freddy will have to learn how to respect his new teammates while still honoring the friends he lost back in the original show. Kind of similar to the Honor Thy Father episode, where Oliver tries to live through the new changes he has in his recent life, while also still trying to honor his father and with the role he has to do. Lone Wolf, it's pretty much based off the based off the new recent Bendy came out called Lone Wolf, though to be fair, this was actually recorded and edited before Lone Wolf game came out, so yeah, there probably won't be that much accuracy to the actual game, but it's a still fun Bendy-like episode where Bendy finds Boris all of a sudden, and they reunite and something like that. Day of the Departed. Some Ninjago fans might recognize that title because of the special. Let's just say it's somewhat based off of that. As you can see, it's released in November 1st, which is of course Day of the Dead, and it kind of fits well with the title because of how Freddy is kind of trying to hide away from of remembering the loss of all his friends. So he pretty much takes his new team to a spooky forest-like area, which has like phantoms and stuff. You probably seen that if you saw the little teaser back in July. You probably know what I mean. So yeah, that's that. Marble Zone. Some Sonic fans may know that as the second ever level in the entire Sonic franchise. And seeing no shoutouts here, I knew I had to make some Sonic like references throughout this. So yeah, Marble Zone is going to be returning back to its semi glory, because I'm pretty sure after Sonic 1, that zone specifically never came back at all. So this way, if there's some fans who are, you know, secretly a big fan of Marble Zone, they can probably see this episode. I mean, to be fair, I did all I could because there is no map of Marble Zone, but I think I found a map that semi-well represents Marble Zone in a good way, hopefully. But anyways, we have episode 6, A Hero of Wonder, which was originally supposed to be an episode based off of Wonder Man, which is why it was released, supposed to be released so close to it. But I a little changed it up to a kind of a semi-well emotional episode where Shadow talks about what he thinks what a hero is, you know, pretty much. So I think it'll be an interesting episode some people will like. Now here comes another interesting episode, Assault to Airspace. Yes, Assault Airspace. Pretty sure certain PvZ2 fans know what this is. This is one of the epic realms in PvZ2 We Flourish, and I decided to make it an episode based off of it, where pretty much it's simple. You have Freddy and someone else in a spaceship, and he's assaulting it pretty much. It's like a full-on, like, gunfight type thing. Kind of like some of my old Gmod episodes where Freddy just, you know, using his gun and shooting other NPCs and stuff. So that'd be like an old nostalgic type episode. Time for the movies. If you could tell by the release date, this is kind of like that one episode I made in the old Gmod series. It was, I think, episode 8, episode 8. Yeah, I think it was that. I think. No, yeah, it was it. Where Freddy is trying to make his way to the movie theaters. It's kind of similar thing here. And if you remember the last episode, that episode, the reason why is because it was for the FNAF movie. And now this is the same thing for the FNAF 2 movie. So I think that'd be a very fun episode. Well, actually, it's a bit of a plot twist. Instead of Freddy making his way to the movies, it's all of his new friends making his way to the movie theater before, you know, the movie starts. You know, it's kind of like a race against the clock type thing. He Who Remains. This one's a very special episode where Freddy once again takes his friends to a specific area. I won't say what. You'll probably figure it out pretty soon by the next trailer, I think. It won't, not exactly, but where they discover something very big that leads to pretty much what the whole season's about. Pretty much leads to the main villain, which you probably only know who it is just from the episode titles. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite episodes. And then we get this break because episode 9 is known as a mid-season finale, which you might know is something that happens in most TV shows where they pretty much take a whole month break, and then they you know, pretty much for like the whole like season, and then they come back a month later, which is now in January, where these next 7 episodes are probably really fun. And you might recognize well from the title, it's the Secret of the Mimic roleplay, because well, this game was just so good that I knew I had to make a roleplay of it. And I so badly wanted to fit it in with the show. Thankfully, I was able to with all the rewrites that had to happen with the show, because oh my god, if you saw this template back in 2024, like super late 2024, it would be so much different to what you see now. Like, I'm actually serious. Like, I'm pretty sure the final change I made for this was like freaking like August like 8th or something. Yeah, August 8th was like August 8th was like the final change I made on this thing. Or August 7th. Yeah, August 7th I made like the final change on this. So yeah, this thing went through a lot of changes throughout the time, and now it's finally finished, and I feel actually satisfied with it. We go on. So I'm gonna speed one through this because you already kind of have an idea what these episodes are gonna be. Jackie's Box, you know, reference to the song a bit. It's pretty much gonna be like the first part of the Secret Minute, where you're pretty much introducing them to the whole place and such. And I will say, this actually ain't just gonna be like the 5 characters. There's actually gonna be a second and third team with them, there's pretty much gonna be like 15 characters in this Secret Mirror roleplay. You know, exploring the whole place. Why? Well, because I watched Jurassic World Rebirth, and I don't know, it just kind of got me the inspiration to put a little bit of Jurassic Park feeling with this, where pretty much in all the Jurassic Park movies, people die. So expect a lot of deaths in these role plays. Well, in this role play, pretty much. You know, to show that the Mimic is a big threat and all. So yeah, that one pretty much just goes all the way up to Jackie sequence. Big Top Showroom, pretty much mainly about the Big Top Showroom area and such. Foxy's Perfect Surprise will pretty much explore the areas of the workshop and theater leading up to the puppet show. Doll Hospital, pretty much the the doll hospital type thing. Chica's Party World is pretty much them going to the warehouse, the admin wing, and the basement type stuff. And along with an extra scene with Freddy, because something important happens to Freddy in episode 13, which leads to pretty much him going his own thing, pretty much. I won't say what. Odyssey Moon is a very important episode for me because this is gonna be the one episode where Odyssey X Risk comes back, to collab, because you probably may remember in some of those old episodes that me and Odyssey X Risk would used to make these episodes together, and I want to bring that back for this first season. So that will be it. Odyssey Moon. Pretty much how it's gonna work is that the side characters are gonna be doing a specific mission related to the moon section, all the way in Basement 1. Well, Freddy has his own journey with a special character that Odyssey X Risk will play. I won't say what yet. In episode 16, Secret the Mimic is pretty much the climax, like the epic finale in the research and development area and such. And it'll be like its own like other like missions. As you can see, you have like a 2-week type break, I think. Yeah, it's like a 2-week, or yeah, like a 2-week break, or no, more like 3 weeks actually. I don't know. It's getting confused, but yeah, there will be another break, a big one leading up to March 21st. Will be like the final like few episodes. It's kind of nice how it's squandered into like 3 parts in a way. You have the first part, which is like episode 1 to 9. The second part, which is the Secret Mirror play, which is episode 10 to 16. And then you have the last final episode, which are like episode... Actually, it's more like 4, because those 3 are like, special like fun episodes before we get to the like very serious stuff. Because as you could tell from episode 20 to 23, they're like a 4-part special in that way. So yeah, let me talk about these 3 final episodes, because they're actually pretty fun in my opinion. Web of Lies. It pretty much will take place after the events that happened with Secret the Mimic, and this was actually which is called The Defenders, but I kind of changed it a bit because, well, yeah, the Defenders are in this, but with the idea I had with this episode, they didn't really give them much of a role. I mean, I think I argue like 1 or 2 of them would actually have a big role in this episode, but in a way, the title would be misleading, so I thought I'd change it to Web of Lies, which pretty much fits the title even more, where all the secrets that were revealed in the Secret Mirror roleplay will make Freddy change his whole point of view in life, will make him like kind of doubt his purpose as a Fazbear entertainer and such, which is why it's called Web of Lies in that way. 7, which is okay, so also of course a reference to the FNAF musical where one of the songs were called Web of Lies. Episode 18, The 7 Seas. This is based off the new world that was released, as you know, it's released for Bubblegum Simulator Infinity, where it's pretty much the 7 Seas. And honestly, I'm really excited to make this episode, because it'll be like the Minigame Paradise episode I made a couple months ago, where they were going through a lot of mini-games and such throughout Minigame Paradise. The 7 Seas is kind of the same thing, where Freddy and Shadow and Bendy will be traveling along with the leader of this team called the 7 Seas, where they travel pretty much the 7 Seas, and all the members that, inhabit each of the islands and stuff. I think it'll be very fun. Though, that might be the last thing I record and edit. Well, I think parts of it, because by the time I'm recording this, not all of the islands have been revealed, so I might have to wait before I think I might start shooting most of the parts, because by then most of the islands would have been revealed. In fact, maybe by then. Is this coming out on a Sunday? Let me see. Yeah, this is coming out on a Sunday, this video. So probably by then, Island 6 would already been revealed and like almost like most of the episode would have been complete. But other than that, really not that much, in my opinion. And then you got episode 19, Rainbow Road, which pretty much it's Rainbow Road. And I'm really hoping there's a Gmod map of Rainbow Road because I honestly would love to have some fun with that one. Pretty much just be Freddy and his new friends in Rainbow Road and such. Mario will probably appear in that episode. You know, all that fun stuff. I mainly did this because this is technically coming out when the Mario 2 movie, you know, releases. So I thought, hey, might as well make a Mario type episode released during that time. You know, just simple stuff. Then we have this 4-part finale where the first one's called Quantum Explosion, where pretty much I think something related to the reason why they're in the Secret Mirror roleplay will like culminate in this episode. The Kang Dynasty will pretty much be the Kang Dynasty, at least example of it. This Is My Power will pretty much be like, I guess, a climax or something where it'll pretty much lead to the resolution, the ultimate battle, which is Sacrifice Enough, which I will say I'm actually excited to record that one as well, mainly because of the one section that I'll start off with. It honestly is going to be so cool and kind of like a callback to what I usually do with my Gmod finales. I won't say what, but it's honestly pretty cool. And yeah, that is it of this explanation. I'm honestly so excited to show this all to you. I can't wait to record the rest of this and see where it goes, and hopefully we could do more. I mean, I think the main goal I really want to do is 7 seasons. And I'm not exactly sure if we're going to ever get there. I'm hoping we can get to 7 at least. At least to the max. I don't know if I'm going to go do more, but I think 7 is like the max I want to do. You know, kind of like the 7 main FNAF games. We could do like the 7 main seasons of this show. That'd be a cool knot, I think, in my opinion. So, yeah, what do you think? Do you think this is great? Are you excited for this? Because I am. I'm excited to show all these episodes to you, but yeah, I hope you all enjoy this episode of me talking about what this show is meant about. What's gonna be? What do you comment below? What excited? Oh god, I'm messing this up. I'm sorry. I'm just I'm very tired and I'm hungry, I guess. Go eat lunch. Probably gonna go eat lunch soon. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you're really excited for Night of Misfits, please give this video a like and subscribe when it comes out in starting October 11th. Yeah, and for a new trailer, I think there's 2 more trailers coming out. You probably already see one of them already premiered. Yeah, there's like one coming out sometime this month, and the other one coming out in the end of this month. I'm pretty sure. Next month, end of this month. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So yeah, get excited for that. What else do I need to say? Yeah, comment below what episode you're excited for the most. Is it the Assault Airspace one? Is it the 7 Seas one? The last episode? Rainbow Road? Marble Zone? Or the entire Secret of the Mimic roleplay? Which ones you're most excited for? And I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.